So guys, welcome back to the comic series where I read graphic novels and explain the story as I go along, sharing my opinions. Sometimes I make bad jokes and I also don't do very well at explaining, so I guess you're just here for the ramble session. Today's video is about Invincible issue number 1. I realised that taking it at a slower pace will give me more of a consistent upload rate and be less taxing on my energy. Eventually I'll combine many of the videos and create volumes and omnibus versions, practically for the longer listeners. I take a lot of inspiration from Comicstorian for this whole reading of story saga I'm currently doing. I love manga and comics and even normal books alike, so this is just expressing another side of me. So yeah, if people want to just take this step by step, then this is a video for you where I just go through the issues. But as mentioned, these will be compiled for the longer formats in the future. As you guys will know, this series blew up as a TV show, but as of recently, the comparisons have been concerning between the art and the show. This series is written by Robert Kirkman, who is also known for being the writer of The Walking Dead. There's many more people who need credit for their work, and it'll be given in the video at the end. One last thing, I want to let you guys know this for future reference, I do this with every reading video. I will treat every book like a new viewer and only taking in the information I see. I do this to give myself a new insight and perspective. I know who Omni-Man and Invincible are, etc., but for the sake of this series, I'll give myself short-term amnesia. So without further ado, let's begin Invincible issue number 1. It starts off with a man in a yellow and blue suit soaring in the air with a man attached to a bomb. The hero is complaining about how this is ruining his afternoon. After flying into the air, he throws a man like an empty monster can. It's just in time as the blast sends the hero spiraling. He lands right into a snowy terrain, but this is just another minor inconvenience. He gets right back up and sets off into the unknown. We travel back to 4 months ago and we see a woman banging on a door. The man inside, who is relieving the brown subway, just mentions that his mum needs to chill out. She reminds him that he may be late for school, so he needs to hurry up with the doom scrolling. Clearly he was watching a playthrough of Kida Boy. The man heads down in a yellow shirt and a blue backpack. This is sort of foreshadowing as it pretty much confirms he is the same person as a few panels ago. He is asking where his dad is, to which the mum mentions he has been having trouble at work. His whereabouts are unknown for now, but when they turn the TV on, their answer is staring back. A dragon-like monster that is trying to enslave portions of Taiwan is being attacked by someone called Omni-Man. The fight has been raging on for over 10 hours. The mum and son duo don't seem shocked as it's revealed Omni-Man is the father. The son is leaving school and his friend William is shouting for Mark. Mark asks what's up, to which William responds that he's hanging out with friends later tonight. The son, who is called Mark, replies with the fact he can't go as his shift starts in 20 minutes. He works at Burger Mart, which I am going to say is definitely not a large franchise ripoff. We find Mark heading to the bins with a large garbage bag. He goes to place it in the bin, but he must have had that creatine kick as the bag goes into orbit. Mark looks shocked at first, but then he is reassured by saying it's about time. Mark and his mum get ready to just have dinner between the two, as it's not looking like the father will be home. Speaking of the devil, he shows up and apologizes for him being late. He was caught up dealing with an enchanted flood in Egypt. The mum asks if the dragon is taken care of. Omni-Man replies by saying it was only hard trying to keep the civilians safe while he figured the mastermind behind it. A publisher called asking for a new book from Omni-Man, to which he says that he will take the day off to do so. The Guardians of the Globe should cover for him. It's finally time for Mark to tell his news about him getting his powers, but they don't really seem to care. Mark takes it upon himself to start adjusting to his powers that he has recently inherited. He tries to learn from his dad's knowledge and takes the opportunity to try and fly. He is scared at first, but once realizing he is okay, he is over the moon about how cool it is to fly. 3 guys are running away from the police behind them. One of them is covered in a stone skin, and we learn that he is one of the 3 robbers of the diamond heist. Bullets bounce off of the stone guy, but he still feels the pain of them hitting him. He grabs the 2 guys and leaps over a fence after being instructed to. The plan goes west, however, after a masked hero punches the stone man square in the face. The other 2 men are sent to their early cement beds, but the stone man is still standing. As he leaps towards the hero, he hits him once again, but this time penetrating the armor. Power on this level is impressive, as we just heard how bullets can't even get through it. Omni-Man is looking from the sidelines as he knows the masked hero is clearly Mark. It's been 2 weeks since he got his powers. Omni-Man can't be having his son looking as goofy as the IB for final boss, so they fly off to one of his friends. It's a secret workshop that Omni-Man visits regularly, and it's time for Mark's first suit. At first he is wearing this yellow and orange suit, but it's just not exactly clicking for Mark. It's not the tune he is looking for. A little bit of lore behind the suit choice is that the suit maker believed that Omni-Man and Mark's power is solar power based. Omni-Man rushes out quick after a report of gridlock tearing up East Side Bridge. This gives the suit maker and Mark more time to talk about suit adjustments, and it leads to a question. What is Mark's superhero name? He hasn't decided yet, so the suit maker tells him he should come back to him when it's chosen, as it helps making the suit. So Mark heads back to the class where he is focused on a test of some sort. His teacher tells him to bring it home but keeps Derek the douche behind after some indecent comments towards his fling. Some kid is then getting threatened by this big bully next to Mark. But wow, I have seen some shit haircuts in my day, but this guy literally looks like he came in for the trim the hedge haircut. Like he got 50% off the haircut, but not the price. Mark confronts him for how he is talking to the poor kid and gets a pushback from AstroTurfhead. Mark retaliates with a push of his own, which turns out to have the same impact as a GTA overhand. This sends Mark straight to the principal's room, who asks what happened. Mark explains why he protected the kid called Steve White. The principal understands that the bully is a common problem, but he should have found someone that is a teacher or security guard. This is where the very name becomes apparent, and Mark is officially called... A very big contrast in where he just was, we move to a large robbery heist. The masked criminals rush through crowds of innocent people and they clearly don't find the right exit they was looking for. No, I am not talking about this one. We now see Mark in all of his yellow, black and blue glory carrying a car like the pillow I did wrestling moves to. Finishing off this first issue, Mark responds to the threat of artillery with a simple warning. Don't even bother trying, because I'm invincible. So there we have it, the first issue of Invincible. A stark difference in art style will be seen as we get more and more in the series. It establishes the simple superhero world without any clear signs of an overarching story just yet. Invincible is still a complete noob from here to probably 80% of the way in the story. It's always been an issue I've had with the series, as well as others like Tokyo Ghoul's power scaling of Ken Koniki. In the manga he is stronger, but in the anime he just gets beat up until someone decides they can let him win now. This isn't Tokyo Ghoul after all, so no need for more on that. The only negative I will say is I am not really a fan of the art style. I know it shifts later in the volumes, but for now, it's not my favourite look. It almost reminds me of the superhero designs on webtoons they make in their room. Sometimes the faces don't seem right and the colours seem quite saturated. It's not me hating because I can barely draw a square, but you don't need to be a chef to say you don't like the taste of something. So that's it for Invincible issue 1. I've already mentioned this, but I will eventually do a compilation of all of these together into volume reads and compendium story videos. Mainly for the people who love the longer videos or want to listen during work. Without wasting your time any longer, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope consistency will come back to me like a Vietnam flashback. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.